Hey, it's Trinity from the Divine Path LLC and Moonstone Mystics here for another 12-step tarot. So, what we are going to do is we are going to ask Spirit what step we should be discussing today, because apparently I don't know. What I do know is that part of my story is that tarot in early recovery very literally saved my life. It is something that I have been doing since I was 16. Kind of got out of it for a while because I was, in an abusive relationship where I wasn't allowed to express myself spiritually. And once I got into recovery, I actually decided, you know what, I'm going to do it anyway. And lo and behold, I started getting messages about how I could improve my life. And, okay. So, apparently, we are going to talk about step 10. All right. Interesting. Okay. I was not expecting to get an answer right away, so we're going to go ahead and talk about step 10. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards. For those of you who do not know, step 10 is where we take a daily inventory. It's similar to step 4. It's just a daily process, just to keep our side of the street clean. And FYI, you watching this does not replace a sponsor, so go get yourself one if you don't have one. I promise you, it will pay off if you work the steps thoroughly. Okay. All right. So, I will go ahead and put those there. The card I pulled from the Mystic Martian deck is Vesica Pisces. Divine Feminine, Birthing, Fertility. Okay? All right. So the message that I'm getting intuitively from this one, because I'm not going to read the guidebook for that, is that when we are mired with built-up daily resentments, regrets, guilt, shame, resentments, fear, which at the end of the day, all of it comes down to what are we afraid that we're not going to be getting out of the situation, and the expectations that we hold about certain outcomes that we want to have happen. When we bog our minds down, it actually blocks creativity. And the Dalai Lama actually had a really wonderful quote. It went something like, the world doesn't need more politicians and educated people. It needs more creative people, more artists, more poets. And I couldn't agree more. That's something that, I've got a lot of education behind my belt. I find myself fairly smart, on the smart spectrum. But I will say that my creativity puts more good out into the world than anything that I've ever learned about. And I try and, put out good with what I learn as well. But when I can teach someone how to be creative, to express themselves, to get their emotions out of their body and onto paper or, clay or whatever medium you're using, that does so much to help the soul. And so when we do step 10 and we are doing a daily inventory, that allows us to come into balance so that we can allow that feminine, receptive energy, that creative energy to start to flow on a regular basis. The other thing about receptivity is that it actually allows us to get guidance more easily. Because, if you think about it, when you're sitting there struggling with anxiety, let's just give that example, it can be really hard to hear your own intuition because oftentimes spirit talks in a very soft voice. Our fears and anxieties, they scream at us. Spirit's very soft, very gentle. It's kind of just a little nudge. Unless, of course, you're doing something that's going to kill you and then it shoves you out of the way of the train. Thank goodness for that. All right, so Spirit, what do you want us to know about step 10? What can we discuss about step 10? Two. Okay. Keymaster Tarot, by the way. All right. King of Wands. Knight of Swords. The Ten of Wands. And that came in the reverse. And then Temperance. Okay, so this is just basically confirming everything that I told you about the Mystic Martian card that we pulled. When we are doing step 10 and keeping our side of the street clean on a daily basis, it allows us to get masterful insight, to take action when it's necessary. It alleviates us of our burdens and allows us, with Temperance, to find balance. This card for me is actually really symbolic of the Serenity Prayer. And if you don't know what the Serenity Prayer is, it is God grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's all about balance, knowing what is in our court and what we can control, and what is not in our court and we just need to hand off to our higher power. So, all right, let me see. I'm hearing that there is one more message, but I'm trying to, I was going to say, I'm trying to figure out which deck it wants me to use, but, so we're going to go ahead and do the Oracle of the Seven Energies. This is the box. Let me go ahead and move these up. It has been a beautiful day here in the Atlanta area. I'm not sure where you're at, but I certainly hope that it's been a good day for you as well. And this one I'm being told that the guidebook should be read, so we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, Waking the Lion. Okay, this is card number 19. And isn't it funny how we're in Leo season? I've been getting a lot of lion imagery coming up in my readings lately. So let me go ahead and go to number 19. All right. Waking the Lion. Key concepts: boldness, the courage to move forward even without knowing the why or knowing the way, facing that which is difficult or painful, the audacity to step into the unknown, which you really do have to be audacious in order to just fling yourself into the mysteries of the universe, don't you? And that's really in early recovery what you're told to do, and you're told to trust. And I remember when I was first getting clean and sober myself, I'm supposed to trust the ether. You can't see that, you can't feel it. It's not scientific. But I'm so glad that I did. It really did pay off, and I'm proof positive that you can come out of active addiction and live a wonderful life in sobriety. So I really wish you the same. All right, let me go ahead and read what this guidebook says. Regardless of the outer conditions right now, you can't wait for your fear to lessen before you move forward. In fact, despite the chaos and seeming disarray, you must be bold. Whatever your trepidation, act as if deep trust is that all will be well. Nothing is promised to you, but you will never truly see magic if you don't take the risk. Come to the edge of certainty in your life and leap into the unknown. You have no guarantee of immediate success. Still, you must summon your bravery in the face of possible pain. failure, or even success and your own power. The act of making this leap, no matter the final outcome, awakens the lion within. Be proud of who you are and who you are becoming. No one can take this away from you. What type of courage is called for today? Only you know, and only you have the power to choose your path. Know that it takes just as much strength and bravery to love and be vulnerable as it does to confront a personal challenge or physical obstacle. So call on your strength and stand your ground. Or consciously temper your emotional reactions, do nothing, and trust in your partnership with the divine. Whatever your choice, you will not fail as long as you act with courage and integrity. All right, so that's our message for today. I am so grateful that you're here on this journey with me. And if no one has told you today, know that I do love you. Take care.